my question for you is, are you done putting yourself last? And I know, and you know, so don't be shy. And I'm not excluding any men from this conversation. I can only speak to my personal experience. And of course, the majority of my tribe, my friends, my clients, and that is women. And we have this like natural ability to put ourselves last. Do you agree with that statement? And so a lot of our life, we spend really pouring into our job. If we're an entrepreneur, we spend pouring into our business, sometimes a little too much. We really focus on our spouse. We certainly focus on our children and we put them first. And sometimes, we put other things before our own needs. There's so many different things that we prioritize in front of ourselves. So when I think about myself and like talking about self-care, and when I kind of quizzed or questioned or surveyed my friends, one of the things that I realized of why you don't have a good quality self-care, and I'm going to really put a lot of emphasis on that word quality. I think really the number one, or at least at the top reason, is the perception of I don't have enough time. Does that resonate with you? Do you feel like, what, I would really love to focus on myself a little bit? There's just not enough time. Don't be feeling bad if that is your reality. It's not set in stone, but for the majority of women, we tend to, kind of go through our 20s and we're either in college, or some of us have had babies in our 20s. And when we're in our 20s, we are putting our studies first. We are skipping meals. We are caffeine addicted. I know I was drinking 5 to 8 Diet Cokes every single day in my 20s. I'm not kidding. That's no exaggeration. Skipping breakfast, snacking, right? Eating a tiny little, probably fast food or from a sub shop at lunch because it was quick and easy, either dinner or your late night snacking. So all of these things, whether you believe it or not, are relevant to self-care. And then if you have babies, you've learning motherhood, you're learning parental, everything. There's no handbook. So your babies come first. And then we reach our 30s. And by then, our kids are older. They are pretty self-sufficient. They can take care of themselves. We've got our home, we've got our spouse, we're maybe playing taxi cab from extracurricular activity or to school, sitting in parent pickup line. So just looking at your patterns and your behaviors at this point in your life is like, wow, am I still putting myself on the back burner? And so the conversation for today, and we're really, really going to dive into this in our challenge, is that one, self-care is not selfish. I think that a lot of women feel, and tell me if you feel that you've thought like this at any point in your journey, even if it's not now, you've had to kind of overcome that thought process of, gosh darn, I don't have time for self-care. It is selfish of me to put myself first because we're afraid of like, oh, wow, she's always pampering herself. She's always buying herself something, right? Look at the stigma around women, whether they're single moms or not. If they get their nails done, or if they get their hair did, or if they pick up a new pocketbook, it's like, look at that, bitch. How she always buying herself something when her kids need blah, blah, blah. Whether their kids are fine and have everything they need or not, we still judge. But that's where the distinction of, ooh, I better not take care of myself because someone's going to have something to say about it. BS. This challenge is set up to share with you how you can have a quality self-care. Hi, Justice. Well, I'm a little busy right now. I will. This should be interesting. Self-care can be done with a quality look with just 5 minutes a day to spare. I think we feel as women that if we wanted to focus on self-care, there's this big misconception that means spending half a day in the salon or the spa, getting our nails done. I've been chewing my nails since the 3rd grade because that's what I learned from my mother, and I've never been able to stop that habit. But I still focus quality self-care. And there's so many things that you can do for self-care that you might not even realize are self-care things. And so one thing that I do want to share with you is you've got to make yourself a priority in your own life. That's a must. I want you to think back to the days, or even if this speaks to you right now, where maybe you are putting everybody else's needs before your own. That's exhausting. And I'm not saying not to be attentive, trust me, but if you put your needs first, I don't mean selfishly, I don't mean arrogantly, I don't mean become a pretentious ass. I simply mean taking a few minutes for yourself in the morning, right? When you wake up, don't dive into your cell phone. Take a couple of minutes and maybe stretch. Just move your body, just stretch your muscles, right? 5 minutes of stretching can really set your head on straight and clear your head, prepare you for the day so that you are proactive and not in a reactive stage, right? The minute you pick up that phone, you have let your power go and you're playing now, oh boy, reactive mode. Maybe having a good skincare routine in the morning just to kind of freshen up, feel good. Self-care means many different things. And through this challenge, I'm going to share all kinds of different avenues with you that are self-care. So you take what you need, you make yourself a priority. And what you're going to find through this process is when you are finding that you put everybody else first or their needs first, how's your mood? How's your attitude? Seriously, do you feel that you snap more? Do you feel that you bicker with your spouse or with your kids because you're just exhausted? You're on edge, you're tired, you're so you're exhausted. Taking some time for you to make yourself a priority will really make those stressors. You're always going to get hit with stressors. You're always going to have challenges and adversity in your days. But when you're taking good quality care of you, the stressors that hit you might not be the thing that makes you boil over, makes your teapot steam and boil over. So if you're here, it might get you to here instead of starting here and then just friggin' erupting. So the second piece is when you really have a good quality self-care regimen, right? You're consistently taking good care of yourself. Your ripple effects go out. So you're going to find that because you feel good, you feel better mentally and physically, the communication changes with your kids, with your spouse, with your teammates. The ripple effects they go out into the universe and into your day. I know that when I've taken good care of myself, I'm in a better mood, right? And when you're in a better mood, something so simple as going out to the store, not getting PO'd at the people in the store, maybe smiling at someone, maybe actually saying hello to the cashier. And instead of looking at all the negative things, the things that are frustrating you and aggravating you and causing that self-perpetuated cycle that keeps you stuck, that keeps you frustrated, that keeps you just PO'd. I'm going to show you how self-care can start to change those things for you. I'm filling my temple. I'm filling my body with goodness because I know it makes me a better mom. It makes me more physically fit, makes me a better wife, makes me a better coach. And so, yeah, it's not just about what products are you taking. It's a matter of how are you looking at yourself either as an afterthought or as a priority. And that's your goal, not rushing through your routine and taking the intentional time to either do some kind of skincare regimen or something so simple as hand cream really, really makes a difference. So if you're like, okay, yeah, I get it, right? I'm busy, but I'm not too busy for me. That's where I want your mindset. Allow me to share with you why you are important and why you need to make yourself a priority so that one, the stressors don't hit you as bad or they don't get you as down for as long. And two, you can see the ripple effects, how that affects your day. When you're headstrong, you can pretty much take on anything. You're still good. That's what I want for you.